Hello out to all you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear listening into another Gamers Thoughts discussion. And this one is going to be entitled Gamers and FOMO, otherwise known as the fear of missing out. I think that this really explains how a lot of people will complain and complain and complain and complain and complain about something, but then they will turn around and spend their money on the very thing that they are complaining about, thusly supporting the very practices that they say they do not like. And it's one of those things where I think social media is really the biggest culprit behind this, because when I was a kid, if I wanted to play a bunch of games, whatever ones I could get my hands on was what I got to play. And it wasn't about me missing out on what adventures the other games brought. It was just okay, well, I don't get to play them. I can't find that game. I don't get to play it. It's not local to me. I don't get to play it. That was how it worked for me growing up. And that's how it works for a lot of us that were already playing games that are older, because we got to understand the concept. I don't have to play everything. I may want to. I don't have to. It's not going to hurt me if I don't. And when gaming went big and social media blew up around the same time, it became a thing when you think about it. Like, people don't like not being able to say they had this experience with this game, knowing full well that you literally can't play every video game in existence. Again, you may want to. You may crave it down to the deepest depths of your soul as a gamer, but you can't. You just really, truly can't. And then there's preferences and other stuff that kind of falls into place, and it's like, why would you even expect to be able to play every game? For one. And two, like, are you incapable of leaving something alone and just not playing it? Do you have to spend that money on that? Do you have to get the latest DLC for every game? Even if you don't own it because you're playing it through Game Pass. Do you have to spend that additional money? No, you don't. You don't have to do it. You don't have to support those practices. And again, I'm definitely not a proponent of people pirating. But still, you can leave something alone. Trust me when I wholeheartedly say, like, the gamer in me wants to be able to play and critique every video game in existence. But I know that is just literally impossible at this point. It was impossible when I was younger and there were far less games out. So there's no way I can do it now. It's just life did not work out to allow that to happen. So I can't be mad about it. Like, you just gotta let it go. Like, they're video games. They're not a necessity of life. They're an option for entertainment. And yes, while there are definite positives of gaming, like, where it can help people with their mental illnesses, can help people be able to find focus, can help people de-stress and many other things, and even the negatives, because there are people that become addicted to the point where they end up dying because they won't stop playing a game. You don't have to be on board with every new popular and trending game on the market. And that's why we run into these situations where games are released incomplete. They're released incomplete, subpar, and generally broken in the long run, which is why they end up needing patches for the games pretty much immediately upon them launching for retail. And that is a huge problem, where you can't play a game properly day one because the game needs to be patched to fix a game-breaking error. And that happens far too often. So, maybe this stems from everyone trying to make sure that they have every brand new iteration of Call of Duty, every brand new iteration of Madden, every brand new iteration of Assassin's Creed, every brand new iteration of whatever popular game franchise happens to be everybody's taste of the month. And that shouldn't be the case. At this point, people should be knowing enough about themselves to not dive headfirst into every game that comes out. There are still so many people who don't know what they like in gaming. Like, legitimately, they do not know what they like in gaming. And it's also because a lot of people are following the popular trends instead of just saying, let me sit down and just play a few games out of this genre. Let me sit down and play a few games out of this genre. Let's see what I actually like and see what actually works for me, so I'm not spending money on a bunch of stuff that I don't actually need, and I'm not worried about missing out on something I'm probably not going to like in the long run anyway. It's like that's the thing, which gaming social media doesn't help, because everything will get hyped up and hyped up and hyped up to the point where people will be like, oh, that's going to be the next big thing. I got to play that game. You don't. Take a moment, have some patience, take a step back, and, analyze this stuff. Think about whether you actually like an action-adventure title. Think about whether or not you actually like platformers. Think about whether or not you actually like beat-em-ups or fighting games. Think about that. Think about what you like in the game and what interests you. You might be somebody who likes just simulation games. Stuff where world building happens, or where things actually, sort of copy real life a little bit. Or maybe you might like, fantasy type games. Like, people need to spend time exploring different genres in order to figure out what they like about games, and within those genres, in order to be able to curate themselves from trying to spend money on every brand new game that launches. Because again, you don't have to do it. You don't have to throw yourself headfirst into every brand new game. That's one reason a lot of gamers are broke. Because everybody's trying to spend money on a bunch of brand new stuff. Now, if you have the unfortunate situation where you have a wide palette for gaming, I'm sorry, there's not much I can do to help you. You're just gonna have to pick and choose which ones are more important to you. But for the general populace, people need to learn that they don't have to buy everything. That not everything that's just been hyped up and released has to be something you have. Again, I'm just using my logic here. Like, you don't have to run after every new game that launches. You don't have to be a part of every new launch of a console. You don't have to. Now, it's one thing if you kind of want to know what's out there, and you just want to be aware of things. I do too. I like to know what's on the market, what's coming. But you also should not be heavily forcing yourself into buying everything new. And I don't mean don't purchase it as a new item. I mean, you don't have to get it the moment it releases. Let's make sure I clarify that. You can wait. You can be patient. Hell, sometimes that benefits you as the gamer. Though I think companies are dropping their prices far too quickly. But sometimes it benefits you. So you don't have to purchase everything, and people need to stop complaining and then purchasing stuff because they don't want to miss out because there's a big group of people doing it. If anybody remembers Pokemon Shield, anybody remembers exactly what happened with the Nintendo Switch expansion pack, which just happened, y'all need to, like, be patient. But I mean, it's just, there's not more I can say because I think I've already looped on this several times. But again, just have patience. Stop worrying about missing out on everything. Gaming is not the most important thing on the planet. And my neighbor's dogs love to bark. But gaming is not the most important thing in existence. So, calm your nerves. Like, and I grew up with gaming. Gaming is a huge part of my life. It's a huge part of my life. Like I said, like I've said multiple times, since I was 2 years old, I've been playing video games. So gaming is ingrained in me from basically the beginning of me recognizing things and being fully conscious. And if I can say, hold back, take your time. You don't have anything to worry about. You're not going to miss much. If you just, curate yourself and figure out what you actually like, then it would be better for the industry and for gamers, to be honest. If gamers were a little bit more selective and didn't just jump on every hype train in existence. And again, I'm not saying don't have hype trains. I'm just saying don't jump on every one. Because not everyone is meant for you. Simple as that. But I think I'm going to stop it here. Thank you guys very much for listening in. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me. And until the next time, enjoy your games. Peace out, everybody.